Farrakhan. Trip Digital Radio presents LA Style Magazine. 'Tis the time.
Yes.
Marquita Monet.
Yo.
Trisha Love in the building. What's going on, guys?
Hanging out.
We having a good time.
Staying dry.
Staying dry because it's raining in LA. But it always rains around this time. So,
man, not like this. It was like monsoon down south stuff now.
Okay. Global warming is real.
Yes, it is.
It's happening. It's happening. Definitely. Okay. We accept that. But it's not about global warming.
And it's not about us.
It's about our special guest.
Oh,
Shalove, could you bring him in?
Yes, we have singer, songwriter, producer, Tal Flora.
Yes. Energy. All right. Man.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
Really excited you're here. I'm such a
more
fan.
excited you're here.
I heard your music and I was like, wow.
Yep.
Yep, he was jamming the whole way here.
Sure was.
So your song.
Joke.
Wow. So tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Israel originally.
Okay. Oh, I
love it. To the US 3 years ago.
Wow.
3.5 actually.
Awesome.
Originally I moved because I always wanted to be here. But I went to Berkeley College of Music.
Oh, okay.
And I moved here like
smart.
4 months ago. 5 months ago.
Wow.
Yes.
That
UC Berkeley? UC Berkeley?
No. Berkeley in Boston.
Berkeley,
College of
Boston.
Music.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
That's amazing.
You got to be good to get in that school.
For real.
You gotta be really
Very
good.
It was just
musically
like my
inclined.
dreams for like ever. And I knew that it's going to be like my way to get to this scary place. That because for us especially to be from Israel and like listening to, like for me, I grew up listening to Erykah Badu and Juice God and the Roots
honey,
and that kind of stuff.
neo-soul.
Neo-soul.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's very different to do it in Israel because it's like no one really like it's not, it's not known.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
And I knew that Berkeley for me would be like the way to start.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
here.
good thinking.
So I guess it was nice.
That's amazing.
So we got some questions.
Yes, I do. So how did your surroundings growing up shape your creative sense, and in what way? Why?
That's a really hard question.
Well, maybe your influences, like the singers that you were stating just a moment ago, how does that help shape your creative influence, and how does that reflect on you today?
That's the thing, that it came from nowhere. I remember I just loved gospel too. And it's so weird. It's like I grew up in Israel and I just wanted to be Christian and be singing and just singing gospel in the church. And my mom was like, "What are you talking about?
Right.
Who are you? Like,
that's crazy.
What are you talking about?"
That's big.
Super
That's
weird. No, it
when
came from nowhere.
Yeah, when you in Israel, Jewish, and then
You talking Christian? You talking about
Super
Jesus
weird.
resurrected?
Yes.
Yeah. Not we're just waiting for him to come, but he's already resurrected and will be returning.
Like
That's
but an Israeli person to say it as an Israeli kid to your mom, she's like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, a little science to that.
Yes.
That's not weird. Because here's the thing.
It's different for me.
Like Americans, think about rock and roll and everything like that. Those are subgenres. But our original genres were blues and gospel.
Yes.
So it was more of the plantation music, the gospel, sing about the soul and everything like that. So it became blues, and then it became rock and roll, and then became all these other subgenres. R&B.
That's
R&B was born in Harlem, and so on and so forth. So what you felt was just a jolt of soul of our original music here. And it's all from the South. So you were feeling the blues.
That's right.
Because
and also God. God.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
God is in the blues.
Rhythm is God.
I am that I am.
Yes.
He's everything.
Yes.
Man,
He's
I want to,
you.
Of course.
And that gorgeous smile, that light.
And I want to know, how do you then? I mean, because like I said, I was rocking to your music when I came through. It's dope. We got to talk about that. But How would you describe the music that you make? What is it? What is like that you typically create? How would you describe it? What is it? What does it represent in you?
Like genre-wise, like how would I describe it to someone that?
Yeah.
If I try to explain it,
yeah. How would you describe it?
It's weird because I would say it's very like the melodies and how I sing is very neo soul and R&B, and you can hear it. But the production is very like sound designy, electronic, maybe like trap influence, beat, future kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's dope.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. It's literally, it's just creative. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just being open to anything.
Right.
And it's amazing to see how, like right now I'm all about trap.
Yeah.
I'm just producing trap, which is so different than what you've heard.
Right.
We're constantly changing. It's crazy. Music is just everything. Music is everything.
Awesome.
Right. So I heard you talking about Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, all of these extraordinary the queens of neo soul, honey. Because neo soul, kind of like what Journey was explaining, that's one of the later genres that was birthed out of, you know, the legacy of blues and, you know, that history. So I guess asking you what your influences are or what influences your music style, I would think that you would just maybe add on to the Erykah Badu or the Jill Scott influences. Like what other influences do you have with your music style as it relates to artists specifically? Yeah.
So besides Erykah Badu and Jill Scott?
Right, like maybe name like an influence in gospel or an influence in trap music. You know, something like that.
I don't know if you could... I can tell you what I'm listening to. I love Mike Will Made It.
Yeah, okay.
Like the way that he produced.
Yeah.
Kendrick, J. Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Like the entire Dreamville, everything that's happening over there.
That
is
little
like,
group.
wow.
Yeah. Right,
for
right.
me. Yes, Dreamville and TDE, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So you're feeling their vibe, and their vibe
and
is
Beyonce.
Really,
which is like a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's like, totally.
Like Lemonade changed me.
Oh, that was ministry.
Changed me.
She was preaching on Lemonade.
Yes.
That's not just, that's art and that's God.
Yes.
Okay, because she was being very vulnerable and talking about her true experience as a grown woman who made the choice to go through with the man that she loved.
Wow.
Well, lemonade is a popular drink and it still is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
But it was about the story that made the lemonade that was taking those lemons and making the lemonade.
You know,
that was a hip hop term if you guys know.
Yes,
I get more props and stunts than Bruce Willis. Come on.
Yes. Okay, you're the king. We're still learning. We're still learning.
Come on.
Teach us.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
So I love that. So, you know, everybody from Beyonce to like a Kendrick Lamar, do you have any specific gospel influencers like Aretha Franklin? Yeah. She's a blues singer, but she will bring down the house with gospel because that's where she was birthed out of, the church. I actually wore my Aretha Franklin shirt today when I was working with some music students.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yes.
Okay, so you really worked that question.
It's girl energy over here, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it's awesome.
So with that being said, I think Journey, who was that? Trisha was talking about what are your accomplishments? I
was so wrapped in the question and the answer that I like. But what do you hope to accomplish this year? What does 2019 mean to you?
2019?
Is that the year we're in? Yeah.
This
year.
That was a serious question for Trisha. That's what we're going to deal with right now.
I'm confused.
Okay, pause.
That's a great question. And I think I'm still answering it. That's kind of where I am right now.
Yeah, because you came here 4 months ago, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you made that. That was a huge accomplishment.
Huge. Yeah, I mean, I guess, LA is a crazy place to move to when you're alone.
You're not alone anymore.
No,
I don't.
We're all gonna go out and eat together.
Yes.
Okay, that's right.
But no, I hear you. It is. That's a big. I mean, is all your family back in Israel?
Yeah. I just moved here knowing no one.
Wow.
But it's amazing. It's really amazing.
They're not all in Israel.
Balls.
You got family right here.
That's right.
I know.
Yes, honey. Yes, you got new family.
Wow, that is so.
They call that BALL. S.
VALL.
Oh, yes.
Big
balls.
Oh, okay.
You have
Sorry, it's my
Reward.
English. I'm still working on my English. That's like
so good. 'Cause-
Thank you. I was very bad 3 years ago, but that's an accomplish, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
huge
for sure.
accomplishment.
Would you say your
Communication.
passion for music and your dream helped to push you to learn the
Of
English language?
course.
Oh, you're not in Berkeley? Like,
You
oh,
are
wow.
so bold.
And
Like I just see
especially-
bold all
Really?
over you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so good. You're telling me that. That's like making me even like stronger.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you. It's.
That's not an easy
I think
thing
it's
to do.
it's an Israeli
Mhm.
trait.
Yeah.
I
Israel
think.
here?
Yeah.
Are you
We
saying?
were talking about it, me
I
and
believe
Tiz,
so.
Yes. Yes, we were.
about the Israeli ladies.
Yes.
Hold
were.
on. Let's switch the interview. What's going on here?
No, we was just talking about because I told her I've been over there, and
Okay.
you know, it's an amazing place. Israel is a beautiful space, man. And I was just like, you know, everybody, the women are awesome. They're just vibrant and just passion. You know what I mean? And the guys, it's just an amazing, beautiful place. But you get a lot of negative vibe from everybody. You know, when they think about Israel, war, or Israel, just bad. But it's not that, man. The people are awesome. The space is beautiful. Yeah, they having wars. Yeah, things are going on, but where aren't they? So-
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is America.
Exactly.
But for your question, I never answered. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would say releasing. Just I have so much stuff I'm working on that I can't wait to just release stuff. Just release and connect with more people. It's amazing to see like the love that I got, especially from like Instagram followers, just from releasing stuff and stop thinking and just releasing stuff and talking about stuff. And it's amazing to see the community of people, of beat makers and producers, and especially women producers that like
love it.
just, like getting, it's amazing. It's amazing community.
Yeah. So are there any projects that you're specifically working on like right now? Any goals as it relates to specific projects? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So besides working on a lot of trap beats and like, working with different rappers.
Right.
I mean, I have my own album that I'm working on, which is like what you heard.
Yeah.
And it's very like, I would say electronic neo soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
R&B, trap influences, everything.
I found that to be very. I mean, yeah, it's just an eclectic mix of what's you. You know what I mean? And it's really, really cool.
Good.
So really a totally different vibe than I've heard for a while. So,
Yes.
yeah, good stuff.
Yes.
Now I had to ask you though, so you're not only singing on these things, are you producing everything as well?
I'm doing
Ah.
everything, writing, singing, engineering,
that
producing.
money.
You're doing the sound engineering?
everything.
Everything.
Wow. Keep that
That's
money.
powerful.
I'm doing
That's
everything.
powerful.
Keep-
Hey, women power right here on
Yes.
stage. Man.
Yes.
That's good stuff, man. That's good
I was
stuff.
going to ask who you
That's
were
not
working
easy.
with because of that eclectic sound that you
Mhm.
heard in the sound engineering and that
Right.
track that you were playing.
Yeah.
It sounds so complex, but brought together so beautifully, like such a symphony.
Thanks.
It really is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this is one of my favorite questions to ask extraordinary artists like you. Is there any moment in your life, any defining moment in your life, specifically tied to music? It doesn't have to be, but if it is, that would be great. That you feel that you're most proud of.
Wow. I don't know why this is the first thing that came to my mind.
Wow.
I didn't
love it.
even, okay. It was actually an amazing, amazing moment. Really amazing.
I can't wait
It was
to
a
hear.
dream come true, actually, I would say.
Aw,
All right.
Related to what I just told you about my dream as a kid, singing in the church, right?
yes.
And especially since my family always told me, it's not possible, Ta. Like it's just not for you, It's not for you. You can't sing about Jesus in church. So a year ago, or 2 years ago, I got approached from the Israeli consul in Boston.
Mhm.
They did a whole event for Martin Luther King. So they collab with I forgot the name of the church.
Yeah,
the youth
yeah.
church in Roxbury in Massachusetts.
Right.
Whitney Houston and like Bobby Brown used to go there because they
Yeah.
live there.
Yeah.
And they asked me to sing a Whitney Houston song.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I Love the Lord. You know that song?
Yes.
I was so scared.
Yes.
In the same scale, in the same key. I was like, no, there's no way. I was so scared. And I did it.
Can you give us
and
an
I was
example?
Standing there.
Exactly.
Can you drop it too?
Yes, exactly. Like just one
it was
little hook.
Amazing.
Wow.
Because it was at a time, why I remember it, because it was at a time where I kind of lost the meaning of why I'm doing this. Why am I doing music?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And I was standing there as a Jewish person singing about Jesus, and it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter. I'm singing about God right now, and I uplifted people.
Yes,
and people felt it, and the vibe was unlike. I was for a week after. I was just like,
whoa!
I can't even explain how it felt.
Passion.
Amazing.
I told you.
Whoa! Yep. Now that's a defining moment.
Yes,
right
Divine.
there.
Yes.
Wow.
Divine and defining.
Divine and amazing. Defining.
Wow.
That's a lot of passion.
Wow,
like
that's
you.
extraordinary.
You like me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like you too.
Oh.
Journey. What a name you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
The path recognizes the journey.
Yes, indeed.
And at the end of the day, we're the same thing. We all
Absolutely.
So
I do.
Yeah.
Can I ask a couple questions about some of these tracks? So you got the track. You got the track that's from the top, right?
Yes.
And this is the one that Trish was just talking about. I mean, like the drums on this. Okay, you engineered. You put all this together. Talk to me.
I didn't know. Okay, so from the top, I didn't know you were talking about it. So on from the top, I had two friends that they engineered the drums of my friend Yogev. He's an Israeli drummer. He went back to Israel.
He's gifted.
He's very gifted.
He's gifted because he killed that song.
He's amazing. He's amazing. We used to perform live. He's unreal. So the drums were it was him. The sax was a sample that I sampled, and I broke it in a way that you would never know what it is. Like I put a lot of stuff on it, and I chopped it and broke it and reversed it, and I love doing that. I love sound designing and ruining things and making new things.
Wow. I love you again.
I like you.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm
It's
impressed.
so cool. Thanks.
I could just see Journey just like, oh.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the first sample was Bill Evans, and I have a video that I talk about it. It's Bill. I just love sampling, but I love sampling in ways that like you would never know.
Yeah.
But I do say it's Bill Evans, which I love.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's
So
incredible.
Awesome tracks, man. Awesome
Thanks.
tracks, man.
Yes, that's so cool to listen to it.
When we get more, I only got 5 tracks. So where'd I get more? I need more. So we got to hook this up.
I'm gonna send you everything.
Yes.
Turn
please.
up.
So I was about to play it, but I won't play it. I'll keep everybody listening. But please understand that is one of my favorite tracks that you have. And what was the inspiration for that track?
Please understand. I don't know if you'll understand.
You're talking to somebody, huh?
It's about like an ex.
I figured as much.
But I think that what's amazing about it is I wrote it like about like an ex from a long time ago.
Wow.
But what's cool about it that every time it's like, oh wow, I feel the same.
Is that good or not good?
It's good
Wow.
because I relate to it every time.
Okay.
After a breakup. It just means that I don't know if you ever been with someone that you realize that you love them, you love them.
Yeah.
It's not about your feelings. It's about the fact that you understand that it's not working.
Yeah. So in love.
Does it make sense?
It makes more. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that can touch everybody. Yeah.
Yes, it does. It's like
what? Every one of these guys have their heart broken.
Okay, Journey.
I'm one of them.
Not,
and that's real.
That is real.
It is.
No.
Well, the Bible says, how can two walk together except they agree? So it's like you can love. I was just talking to somebody, and I'm saying that because you mentioned Christian and spiritual, and that's just true to my core. And it's like, I'm so in love with this guy, still am. But at the end of the day, we don't agree with a lot of things, and we can't do life together because of that.
That's right.
You know, and it's just as simple as that. I can love somebody else's child, but that doesn't make them my child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can want you to be my biological sister, but that does not make you my biological sister.
Right.
Spiritual sister is going to have to be.
Isn't it sucks?
Yeah.
Like, it sucks when you love this person, you really love this person, and you understand with your mind, though, that it's not what you need to do.
Exactly.
So are you telling yourself to please understand, or are you telling them to understand in this track?
That's so good.
Everyone, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, Tiz.
I guess.
Wow.
It's a dope track. Yes, I want more music.
Yes, me too.
I gotta listen to
Journey
that
gotta get in the
one.
studio.
Right here.
Yes,
awesome,
I'm gonna need
man.
to listen to
Awesome
that
work.
one.
Man, it's nice, man. Wow. I don't even know where else to go, man. I'm just like, there's so much that we can talk about. But
I know. I feel like we need to talk about Israel for like another
you
time,
wanna-
you
so
and
you wanna-
I.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
I need to hear
Because-
about your time over there.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely talk about
That's
that.
like
We'll definitely
amazing.
talk about that for sure.
Totally.
Just so we still want to talk about about you and what's going on in your music. What do you want the people to know? And when you hear a track that comes from Utah, what do you want them to know? Or an album, I'm sorry, not just a track, but that the whole entire concept of what you're coming up with. What do you want the people to know about you? What are you trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really hard question. What am I trying to say when people are listening to my music?
Yeah. It can. I'm just trying to put you in one thing. I know it's probably not that easy, which I know. But what is it that you're saying through your music?
I would say that I never try to fit into anything. I never try to be anything.
So maybe you're telling them that they don't have to.
Yes, I'm telling them that they don't have to, and I'm also telling them that whatever you are today doesn't mean you need to be that tomorrow. Also, you can be everything. You can be something today. You can be, like
That's it. Evolve.
every moment is a new moment. So genre, it's the same for me. Why do I need to do this? Because this is how it's like. There is so many rules in genres. Like, I don't care. I just want to make music.
Yeah.
You know?
I
You just want to
it.
be happy. Maybe that's the mission too. Statement.
Yes.
Just be happy.
Be happy.
Exactly.
Just do it.
And I feel like there is more for me. What drove me to study so much and to not to need anyone else, it's because as a woman, I was kind of tired to always people assuming I'm always just a singer. It's hard, especially when you produce and write and engineer and really doing all of like putting so much work. And it's important for me to send this message. If you're really asking me, I think this is what's the most important for me, to send this message that you as a female can produce, can engineer.
Wow.
You can do anything.
You can do anything.
Definitely. And that comes through in your music because you don't stick to the rules or the genres or the, what you're supposed to do. Well,
yeah.
I'm supposed to sing like this. I mean, I heard you go from so many different things and it all came together and it just was definitely awesome. So I got to give you just much props and much love.
And I think at the end of the day, that's what's going to set you apart.
Mhm.
Like audiences and fans are going to fall in love with you for what you produce because you can't put Tal in a box. And what is she going to produce next that's coming from her soul and her heart and what she's feeling? And like, they won't be able to guess your next step because nobody can but you. And you won't limit yourself.
It's interesting because there will be people that would say that's a bad thing.
I know, but who cares?
And that's why it's so interesting.
Audiences and fans are going to love you because you're going to go against that grain. That's what I hear.
With love.
With love.
Of course, always.
Here's what I have to say about a woman that decides to do anything. And I'm not talking about a girl that decides to do something. When a woman decides to bear a child, she carries. When a woman decides to hold down a household as a grandmother or something like that, because we all come from strong mothers, they're successful in it. So if a woman decides to do music, she is harmony anyway. So she's going to outproduce any male that's out there because she's locked in. She's decided to produce. So it's just that natural. So what you're doing, you're going to excel at because you're locked in.
Wow.
But, and there is a but.
Why?
That as a young girl, as a young woman that comes up to the world, there will be so many voices that would say, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
But that's
you want to be an engineer?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw a woman engineer? You can't do that.
But
This is how it is. You know what I mean?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You decided.
Right.
A decision is
Totally.
no key, locked in, no
Totally.
voices,
Totally.
soundproof.
Totally.
They can't get to that.
Totally.
So
but not everyone can have that. You know what I mean? In this world, I feel like. They can. They can. Of course, we all can. We all can. It's just.
It's a choice.
It's just. When you look at the numbers, it's like, wow. There is so much work to do. There is so much work to do.
That's right. But what's Journey saying in that is that you decide to do it, you can do it. So it is a choice. Yeah. It's a choice on whether you decide to move and go for it.
And you're in the front lines, and you laying example.
Yeah, and you come into the world and into any world or any industry, knowing that there's chatter. There's chatter everywhere. If you went into computers into Silicon Valley, there's somebody saying that, no, you can't program. You can't code this. You can't do this. So you go in knowing that's what you're up against. But when he decides to code, he becomes Steve Jobs. When he decides to do software, he becomes Elon Musk. I'm talking about a decision, deciding and locking in. Yes, see, all of that is volume now. You can turn that down. You can turn it up when you want to. But a person that hasn't decided, he can't control the chatter. So you deciding to be a producer, engineer, that means that you're not hearing half the noise when you're locked in. So that's a power.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes,
I'll dap you later.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Man. Powerful. I would say that just that note is that, and I said it a second ago, but like you are not only deciding to produce and write and make music, but you're also deciding to be the utmost example for girls and women around who haven't made that decision yet. And that in itself is extremely powerful also because you're holding that torch at the front, and that's extraordinary.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Can I add one more thing to this?
Course.
Because this is good. This is empowering.
I can talk for hours about this.
When a person hears your
I'm
music,
not even starting.
When a person hears your music and they're hearing that trap beat that's mixed with, these experiences and sound, they're not saying, "Oh man, that's a girl beat I'm turning up to." That's just music. And that's the most powerful thing about music. When you start to sing, when you start to produce and sounds start to come out those speakers, you become one. It's a spiritual thing.
It is.
Yeah.
So you're part of a big thing now. Once your sound goes out, and keep putting out, as you said, I'm going to just keep putting out. See, you're forming yourself into this sound, which that's all you wanted to be anyway. You just wanted to be a sound that was harmonic to people.
Right.
So don't think. Don't think. Just keep doing.
That's right.
I'm not, but when you ask me the question of what I want people to think, I do want to carry that torch. Like a torch and empowerment. It's important for me. But yeah, I'm all about.
But tell me this. Because I'm challenging you.
Yeah, of course.
I
love it. Challenge me, please.
Okay.
And the torch is being authentic.
I love talking.
Knowing that, and I just talked to someone about this earlier, but everyone knows when you get on stage, you win that Grammy, like, oh man, she's a female. Whoa. You're a female.
Mm-hmm.
You came into this world as a female. So what you do now, carrying a torch, is kind of like, it's natural. You know, you're carrying a torch. You're female. But let them think that. That's
let it be.
It's kind of off of you now.
I know what you're saying.
To just do. And I'm telling you this because everyone thinks this going into the arts. It's like, oh man, I'm this. I got to carry something. It's like, well, I can look at you and I know that. Cool. Now what? Because everyone's going to think it. So why do you carry for them? Let them think whatever they want to. Let them carry whatever stereotypes or whatever it is. But you just carry the music, whatever it is, the sound, the actor, or whatever you are, just carry that, because that's a heavy load on its own. This is even heavier to carry what a person thinks about you. So if you can turn that down and turn up the music, you're good.
He's right. It's true. Because once you stop carrying that, it's like you're not dealing with it. So then it doesn't bother you anymore.
That's right, Mama.
It's a heavy load.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I get it. Totally get it.
Okay.
Because Journey's going to make
I was off tier, but I mean, okay. I just want to make sure that talent
I can also talk about it more.
Absolutely.
If you want.
Absolutely.
By saying something harsh, maybe.
Yeah.
You're a man. You don't know.
I have 3 sisters, though. I do know.
I know, but you don't.
I know.
You know, but you don't know.
I think he knows that he doesn't know. No?
I love talking about it.
I love talking about it too. But on the contrary,
Journey.
On the contrary, we can all look in our bag and say that, wow, I'm going to carry this. And it's like, why? No one ever asks, why do you carry what you carry? Because we are supposed to carry a heavy load when doing something. Have you ever tried a week without carrying that? Because that week can come into 2 weeks. It can come into a month. It can come into a year. And people are like, wow, she's just giving it. Because it's
a choice.
Yes.
Made a choice.
And it can be said not only about women. It can be said about
men.
LGBT community.
Oh, my God.
And, so many communities.
Yeah.
Yes. Just to stop carrying it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
And I think when I was saying that, I meant like he's saying, like, it's organic, like in you producing and writing and singing, it's like, it's authentic. So it's not, I don't mean to say like it's a burden. It's just you being authentic to you. Like, like you're like a light. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She is a light.
That's right.
So I'm going to continue to challenge you. So I'm your friend now. I'm going to just call you up.
Of course, please. I love being challenged. Yeah. That's the reason for everything, I feel like.
Yeah. Especially in music. It's music is my life. So I'm going to challenge everybody that walks through that door and see that, are you just sound? Because if you're anything else than sound, then you probably need to rethink what you're doing. Because it's all sound here.
That's good.
It's not white, black, this, that, and the other. It's just a great sound. Yes. Let's work on that sound.
Definitely.
And that's coming from a producer and an artist development person. Yeah. So let's give it up for him. And her.
That's what it's about. So we actually need to find out where people can follow you and find your sound.
Yes, everywhere.
Find out where that is.
Yes.
So on social media, how can they find you? Where can we lock you in?
Tal Flora on Instagram. I'm mainly on Instagram, but like everywhere: Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook. I'm new on Twitter now. I'm trying to like play the Twitter game now too.
Yeah.
Tweet.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, or everywhere.
And that's TAL, correct?
TAL.
TALFLORA.
Yes.
Tal Flora.
Yes.
Beautiful. Most definitely. All right, Tal. So here it is.
It was so nice to be here. I can't even tell you. It became like a very empowering conversation.
Definitely.
Spiritual. And
welcome to the dream.
Yes.
Welcome to the residency, as my boy would say.
You guys
Yes.
are so
gotta come back.
amazing.
Gotta come back.
Each one of you, really.
So definitely.
Really.
So we got to know before you go, what is your superpower?
Right.
Silence is my superpower.
With this,
The thing is that I want to say exactly what the last guest said,
well,
but it's like so obvious. I'm gonna say it.
What is
God.
Of course, it's God. Of course.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's
Yeah.
obvious
Yeah.
for me.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
sure
no,
isn't.
there's
Still you.
nothing.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of course
Nothing
not.
wrong with that. It's awesome.
that's your superpower.
What is yours?
Man, I have so many. No, just kidding.
No,
But your
My
primary.
voice.
my voice. No.
yeah.
My superpower. What is my superpower? I have the superpower for connection.
Mm.
I have a connection. I bring people together. I bring things together. I make things happen, make them work. So connection.
Yeah.
That's it.
Your voice is also a superpower.
I know.
Thank
You're
you.
not gonna get it.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Nice.
Right.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Trip Digital Radio presents LA Style Magazine. Let's give it up for Tao Flora.
Tough floor.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, and definitely come back. You got new music. Come back here. Let's talk about
Yes.
it. And let's lighten that load.
Definitely.
Trip Digital Radio.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah.